Pitt in front for the first time this afternoon, and it's down to the heavyweights. Michael Wolfgram, fifth-year veteran for West Virginia, against a ranked wrestler in Dayton Pitzer, 14th in the country, redshirt sophomore. And here we go, Pitzer. And he went right after him.
Oh, just a nice little ankle pick.
And there's the brick for the challenge, but Pitzer scores in the first 10 seconds of the match. And the officials will look at this again.
I guess the question is in relation to the takedown. He's sort of still in between his legs. So this is a nice shot. It's a nice ankle pick. He does a nice job right here. He's down in between there, and he's already signaled for 3. They usually make you sort of tilt that guy back a little bit before that happens. I don't know, man.
The officials, a quick look at this one. This is the quickest review we've had.
I agree.
And those points stay on the board. 3-0 lead for Pitzer. And we've just started here. We'll restart with 2:49 left in period number 1. Pitt in front, 19-17.
Chance for a reversal, or at least an escape. He doesn't get either one. Switch, reswitch, just like you did when you were a little kid in grade school.
3 straight wins for Pitt here. Wolfgram trying to shift that momentum and win it late for the Mountaineers, but he's got his hands full with the redshirt sophomore Pitzer.
Well, Pitzer's doing a nice job on top, man. Now he's got the arm behind his back. That is not a good place to be in on the bottom. Just due to the simple fact you have no power there.
Pitzer, another NCAA tournament qualifier for this Pitt team. Wolfgram won Wednesday over Daniel Herrera of Iowa State. But he's in trouble early here against Dayton Pitzer.
Well, Pitzer just doing a nice job on top, right? I mean, staying under his elbows, under his in his armpits, basically trying. Well, now he's just been beating Wolfgram in that turn. He's done that twice now.
Wolfgram.
There gets one.
Yeah, got out, tried it again there. Got the escape point, and it's 3-1. Final 50 seconds of this first period.
In this match, that 141 in riding time is going to be a big deal. He's trying to get Wolfgram to step into him for that ankle pick again, which looks like he really likes that. And Wolfgram's a little bit set up where just from his stance and the way that the way they're engaged. He's going to try to pull him forward and reach across an ankle pick. He's a little long, so he has an ability to do that fairly well.
Pitzer got this first period takedown. We're down under 10 seconds.
Well, it was right in the beginning of the period, right? So he spent a lot of time on top after that. Wolfgram does a nice job of finally getting back to his feet and being neutral. 3-1 going into the second period.
Mountaineers again headed for the road, and 3 very difficult challenges away from the Coliseum. Oklahoma State on the same trip there, and then Columbia, Missouri for the University of Missouri late in the month before the Mountaineers are back home February 1st against Northern Iowa. So the heart of the Big 12 schedule awaits this Mountaineer team.
Wolfgram did a nice job limiting the damage there in that first period. Pitzer is such a dangerous heavyweight. Wolfgram able to evade that pop arm, but now Pitzer right back to something similar here in the second. It's hard to fight off. Pitzer is one of the best heavyweights in the country. You know, he is coming off of an injury last year that affected him in Arizona State duel. He got hurt against Colton Schultz, and after
That
that
was a caution.
really wasn't able to compete at that level that he was before that. And now we're starting to see a near healthy Dayton Pitzer and see what it's about.
Well, he's dominated this early, no doubt, but still within reach for Wolfgram.
And it's movement and explosives like that for Wolfgram that's going to keep him in this match. He's doing a great job, still keeping his head, keeping his composure, keeping himself in this.
Mountaineer crowd trying to implore Michael Wolfgram here. We approach the midway point of this second period, 3-1. Again, Pitzer with the early first period takedown, the only offensive point so far.
That claw from top for Pitzer is so effective. I mean, he's just wrenching the neck. Look, he goes right immediately to the other side, gets the one-on-one on the right hand, working up just continuous pressure on top.
Pitzer's been in control on top this entire period.
Oh, geez. Oh.
There's the escape, making it 3-2.
He's got a chance. So they called that 3 just a minute ago, and now he's not calling 3. Wolfgram's got to come to him a little bit. Keep driving that corner. Keep driving it. I think he stopped there because he was really tired. There's only 10 seconds left in the period. We're probably going to get a stalemate.
Mountaineer fans want the points. Down to the final seconds. We're at 3. We're at 1, and there's the end of the period. And Pitzer remains on top, 3-2 on the scoreboard.
Pitzer looks like he's hurt. He looks like he's a little banged up. I don't know, something about where that positioning of that scramble. He's dragging a leg there.
Yeah, he's hobbling over to the pit trainer. The officials once again taking a look.
So a heck of a scramble here, and Wolfgram gets on the leg. And, you know, probably with that leg still staying back like that and being locked in the crotch, he's probably not going to get that takedown. If he can continue to come across and drive that corner, he might have a better chance of it, but I don't think that that's going to be scored a takedown. Now, what this does is it gives both of them a chance to rest.
Right.
Because they spent a huge amount of energy in the several scrambles that they've had. And my gosh, how can it be any better than this? I mean, it's 3-2. I mean, he's got 3 minutes of riding time, so you put it's really 4-2. Takedown's going to be really important. The question is whether there's going to, I would assume Pittsburgh will start on the bottom, so he could be up by 3 by the time a takedown need to tie, right? So, I mean, we said it was going to be a brawl and a battle all the way down to the last minute, so here it is so far.
Comes down to the final period. 3-2. Pitzer leading Wolfgram, and the officials still studying that last sequence.
Now, Wolfgram not necessarily known for being great on top. I mean, he can do some things on top, but where he's better is on his feet. I would assume Pitzer will take down, and the question is how much time does he try to spend on top at all, if any, right? Because
just really doesn't do him any good to stay on top at this point.
I mean, he does in maybe this sense, and then it makes him pound on him a little bit, and then if he does let him up, then he's got a chance to score. Also, you know, on the other side of it is if he does that and he scores a takedown, you know, 30 seconds into the period, then he's got to spend all that time on top in order to ride him out, in order for have an opportunity to go into sudden victory, right? So you might really be looking at a situation where you're going to need 2 takedowns to win. You're going to need 2 takedowns or a takedown and some near fall points in order to win in regulation.
Long look again by the official Stephen Wirtz.
Right.
Titus Goldbolt.
I'm going to say no. I mean, it'd be nice if they said yes. If you're a West Virginia fan, it'd be very nice if they said yes, but I'm pretty sure he's going to say no.
This has given Pitzer an opportunity to walk things off. He kind of hobbled over to the trainer at the end of that period.
Right.
All right, so the score remains 3-2. And the initial call on the mat stays.
So just as you thought, Pitzer takes down, but Wolfgram elects to stand. So the automatic points, we don't have to go through top bottom at all. And here you go.
Wolfgram got to get a takedown here.
Pitzer's got a good spot because he got on the edge of that ankle, really pulled that ankle out, and he's going to get himself that three-point takedown. Wolfgram's trying to stay facing him a little bit so he has some opportunity to spin and turn. This is going to end the match. I think he tried to turn into him, did the same thing as before, and there's a fall, and that's going to be the end.
Pitzer, again, taking advantage of that one little mistake, that split second. And Pitzer gets a pin of Michael Wolfgram to end the heavyweight match and to give Pitt a 25-17 victory.
Well, a great match, but you got to say from a Wolfgram standpoint, he panics a little bit right there, maybe a little desperation. If he just keeps wrestling, you don't know what's going to happen the rest of the match. You just got to keep wrestling. But and that he tried to turn into him, tried to create some space. Obviously, did not work out very well, and Pitt comes away with a win. Great match, though.
Jared, great effort by the Mountaineers, but Pitt dominates. They win the final 4 weight classes and take a victory today.
Yeah, it is. It comes down to it, you know, 97 and 285. Pitt's about as good as it gets there. And Dayton Pitzer just stays cool, calm, and collected there. You saw in the first period, Wolfgram kind of reached back a little bit, gets a little bit too antsy, and ends up finishing it and sealing the deal for the Panthers.
So the Mountaineers back-to-back home losses here to Iowa State and Pitt. They've got a tough stretch coming up on the road. For Tony Honorado and Jared Wilson, I'm Kyle Wiggs. Again, the final score, Pitt 25, West Virginia 17. So long from Morgantown. All events airing on Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.